What a wild season it has been. We have endured some embarrassing moments like the draw to Burnley, or the thrashing at the hands of Arsenal, to the feel-good moments like the last gap against Manchester United, or having the double over Spurs. However, before the curtains closed on the season, Pochettino was sacked. 5 managers in 2 seasons, an underwhelming replacement list, and a gloomy look into the future with injuries. There are many questions the club will have to answer before the beginning of the next season. Some practical and simple, but some as complex enough to run the club down. Anyways, let's begin. Will Chelsea regret sacking Pochettino? We'll start with the big question as it just happened and changed the whole format of this video. Having gotten us to the second tier competition in Europe and finally beginning to form a good team, Pochettino was swiftly fired, showing the chaos behind Chelsea. We have been told to trust the process. However, it is clear that there is no process, especially from the sporting director's department. What makes things worse is the replacements being scouted are coaches who have zero experience in the Premier League or a club as big as Chelsea. Pochettino will get another job, but will Chelsea regret this decision, as we will be starting again with sporting directors who do not want a coach to have a say? The new search for a coach will be handicapped as the club still needs to pay Pochettino. At least when Abramovich got rid of coaches, he got a better one or one on the same level. But this new group and sporting directors are looking for worse, which only points out that the owners are looking for perfection in the most imperfect places. They are brewing serious backlash from the fans. How to deal with Gusto and James. Alongside Cole Palmer, Malo Gusto has been a revelation this season. From his sublime assists to his technical tackles, Gusto at a young age will always make the starting lineup if he's not injured. However, Reece James is still Reece James. How will a manager utilize these two players on the field? Reece James is better as an attacker, but Malo Gusto is a better defender. But to get the most out of the two, it will be safe to say that the formation of the team may have to change. And maybe Reece James becomes a midfielder in a 4-4-2 formation, or central midfielders are sacrificed in a 3-5-2 formation, which keeps Reece on the right wing and Gusto as a right back in a 3-man defense. This one will be tough. How do we keep Palmer? The other star man at Chelsea continues to be seen as the future of the team, and it's scary that he has shown this with a weak surrounding cast. Next season, it will be interesting to see what Palmer is capable of with a fit Nkunku, a possible Osimhen, and possibly Jackson on the other wing. With his age, it's not hard to be excited about his trajectory, but if Chelsea does not have a successful 24-25 season and a bigger club comes knocking at Stamford Bridge to sign the player, will Chelsea have the ability to keep Palmer? The Champions League is important to many players, and let's say a Real Madrid, PSG or Bayern Munich comes looking for the young man's signature. What would stop him from moving on from the Blues? Can we make the Champions League? This is the MacGuffin at the moment, the current elusive top 4 position. Right now it's safe to say Arsenal and Man United will occupy the top 4 positions next year, while Spurs and Man United will be looking to round out the final 2 spots. Liverpool most likely will be going through a rough period as they will be fresh out of the Klopp era. And so will Chelsea be able to battle for the last 2 spots against the traditional Big 6 and maybe a few surprise packages like Aston Villa? It was a huge possibility looking at the way Chelsea were playing towards the end of the season. But if the new coach is able to ignore the mistakes Pochettino made while hoping to sign some experienced players, can we push even for a Premier League title? Playing on Tuesday and Wednesday nights is long overdue for the Blues, and let's hope we have not taken 2 steps back on our way to Champions League football again. What will the midfield look like? Enzo Fernandez was playing for about 6 months with a hernia, but he was taking shots to relieve himself. Thank God Enzo went to get an operation because firstly he can recover and come back stronger next season. His absence has allowed Caicedo and Gallagher to play in the pivot, and honestly this has yielded a strong partnership between the two. Gallagher allows Caicedo to play as opposed to just trying to survive. When Enzo comes back, would Gallagher have left? And if he has, will Enzo be able to help out Caicedo, or will he be pushed into the number 10, allowing space for Chukwuemeka? Furthermore, when Lavia is fully fit, how will he complement Caicedo? Then there's still Kasade and Ugochukwu. Surely Kasade may go out again on loan, but would that be the case for Ugochukwu? There are a few other questions to answer, like can we escape injuries? Could others be sold instead of Gallagher, Chalobah and Madsen? Can we get rid of Armando Broja? And most of all, can the new coach bring us back into the top 4? Only time will tell. What do you think?
As we don't have the capacity